Oh boy, a lot of controversy with Hazbin Hotel, and the funny part is that the show hasn't even come out yet. Now, before I start, I'm going to be speed running all the controversies that have happened, what I've gathered so far. The other controversies I talked about in my last video. Shout out to IOX for making a video talking about it just so I can get a better understanding of it. And today, I'm going to be summarizing and speed running all the controversies that I've gathered so far. Strap in, grab your snacks, get a bottle of Sprite or water, whichever you drink. And let's get started. Uniformed artist makes a thread saying, so gonna make a thread on R2 Ninja Turtle, aka Raphael. He's a Spin the Horse employee, storyboard lead, and someone who Vivzipop, or Vivian Madrano, interacted with frequently before his Twitter got deleted. This is the bio, NSFW, Dead Dove, Do Not Eat, He, They, storyboard lead on Hell of a Boss, storyboard artist on Hazbin Hotel, part-time spicy accountant. Raphael makes a tweet saying, it's here and I promise it's never going anywhere again. I give you my unofficial fan-made love letter passion project, the Valentino music video, with a bunch of hashtags in relation to the project of Vivian Madrano. Vivian Madrano makes a quote tweet saying, this animatic is so good, what a perfect song and what a kick-ass visual. Content warning though for sure. Makes a reply saying thanks boss with a heart emoji. This tweet saying this about where I am right now mentally, and it says no fear. Raphael did boards for the new Vivzipop episode, and it says one fear. Raphael saying screaming. Vivian Madrano replied with haha oh no. Censored for the sake of not trying to get this video age restricted. It says while I'm talking about R2, he has made some questionable, putting out lightly, art of Val and Angel Dust. Val is a victim of Val and Val is an abuser. A word that I cannot say for the sake of this video, and just toxic all around. He has also said some questionable things to a minor when confronted with evidence of things R2 said. So first would be the questionable ship he has. Val Angel with Vox in it as well. He has drawn multiple NSFW artworks that depicted non-con/dubcon and other suggestive subject matter, centered NSFW ahead. Here are all the artworks that he posted on his Twitter, except for this one that doesn't need to be censored, except for these other two that are coming up. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button because we're not done yet. More examples and other staff member like Smiles giving comment on such art. Oops, we got another Saws. Again, I don't know what that means. And it seems that this staff member really likes the art piece. Some may not see this as a problem, but I continue. Raphael commented on a comic by someone when reading the text Val in this comic threads to brutally R-word Angle. I guess his name is Angle and not Angel Dust. And R2 had this to reply. I'm not gonna lie, the style of the comic looks pretty fire, but at the same time, it's not really a good image for the Hazbin Hotel reputation. It says, don't forget Angel baby, you'll never be free of me. If you think I'm gonna let you hide out in your little charity hotel dollhouse forever, you are solely mistaken. And oh little doll, I'm gonna make you wish you were made out of plastic. Jesus Christ. Raphael makes a reply saying, thank you for having the balls to draw something mean between these two. I've been so bored. Many people saw this and confronted R2 on this, and R2 had this to say on the ship of Val Angel. So he makes a tweet saying, this ain't you and this ain't about you. And then he makes a reply saying, yeah, it's an odd-word ship, not a P-word ship. Get it right. Clapping emoji. Somebody please pass the bleach. A minor also confronted R2 and he said this to them. The person was 15. Even if R2 didn't know, no one should reply like this to anyone regardless of age. It was disgusting and inappropriate. Makes a reply saying, you know your obsessive aggression towards me makes me gonna censor it. Then he replies saying, you shouldn't feel good about writing this stuff, lol. Then he makes a reply saying, where's this library of screenshots you people are saving of me? Can I send blank to add to it? And yes, it is confirmed that the Twitter user was 15. Ending off the conversation of R2 being an abusive victim, and this is his vent art. I am not a victim, so I got no say, but as of 2022, R2 has made this post saying he's not a victim of SA. This is from 2022, things could have happened. I hope nothing happened to R2 during this time. The tweet of R2 saying, trigger warning, SA, I want to shout out all the people who responded to my retweet. You're all effing superheroes and I admire each and every one of you. I'm not a SA victim myself, but I dealt with years of repression and being controlled. Don't ever let anybody effing tell you how to cope, heart emoji. Additional, just to keep in mind, this was a pin said that both R2 and Viv were giddy over. The angst pin said depicts Angel with a chilled expression chained up with Val holding said chain. Same said on the other pin, just that it's now Alistair and Husk. This pin is just wrong point. This is the picture of the two pins with two sets of characters on both of them. R2 makes a tweet saying God mine. Vivian Madrano makes a reply saying oh my god want. This Twitter user called Loon makes a tweet saying essay, this person worked on the Angel Does R sequence and episode 4 of Hazbin Hotel that Vivzipop made light of in her tweet. I don't want anyone saying the issue needs to be shed light on with all the ugly details. It's a fetish and Viv treats it like a joke. Katie makes a tweet saying Vivzy Pop defending SH as a thing was not on my 2024 bingo card. T makes a tweet saying Vivzy Pop, how is it a hard concept to grasp that you shouldn't make sexual comments towards someone you don't know regardless of age? This is so unprofessional. Vivian Madrano's bio is important to take note of because even though it says producer of cartoons, creative Hazbin Hotel, hell of a boss, it says Vivzy Busy on Insta/Threads and Vivzy Pop on Blue Sky, which those are the social media outlets that she's using and not Twitter. Even though Twitter is the most used platform to promote your projects, it's just that she's had enough of Twitter with the amount of controversies that are surrounding her projects, and it's just going on rapid fire almost every single week. Now it is time to talk about the Verbal Ace x Hazbin Hotel drama that has been one of the craziest controversies, probably the funniest also, that I've ever talked about on this channel. Now this tweet being made by Quitchy, who is a funny shit poster on both Twitter and YouTube, sums up the whole Verbal Ace x Hazbin Hotel drama. I just hit my microphone. To sum it all up, Verbal Ace spent almost $50,000, actually he spent $47,000 on a 3-minute animated music video of Charlie from Hazbin Hotel because he was a bit on the mood of becoming a super fan of Hazbin Hotel. Let's just put it like that. He spent $50,000 on this 3-minute video. He paid an animator from the team that's been making Hazbin Hotel, and a large majority of people that are well aware of Verbal Ace's work are mad at this because he spent $50,000 on this 3-minute video instead of paying his animators for the series that he made on YouTube called Cartoon Beatbox Battles. I'm gonna give a shout out to the Star of Vlog for doing an entire Twitter thread explaining the whole Verbal Ace x Hazbin Hotel controversy. He says that he isn't strong enough to make a whole video talking about it, so I'm gonna make a video talking about it. Shout out to you for making the whole Twitter thread, and let's get started. So me and @SFGT Games made some replies exposing Verbal Ace's hideaway project that apparently was $50,000 that I claim financially bankrupt the man and made him cancel Cartoon Beatbox Battles. Now, some popular accounts are posting about it, so let me explain. I can't use images right now since I'm using a school laptop right now, but when I get back home, I will post screenshot proof of all of this. But right now, I'm explaining the story. Cartoon Beatbox Battles suffered one of the worst delays of its kind in Season 1, 6 months of an episode. The episode Black Panther vs. Deadpool, released on June 5th, 2021, 6 months after Pennywise vs. Patrick. This tanked his channel, but what was he doing for all that time? Well, he told us in his official server, Discord server, I'm pretty sure a few months later, that there was a special project that he had made, a project involving him in the Hazbin Hotel universe. A former friend of mine, Hydro Animes, creator of HYB, a very controversial fan series, had shown me some screenshots of it before the music video would even be on YouTube. Nobody really had any idea what the hell it was about, not even me or my friend, but all we knew was that it cost a lot. It wasn't until 2023 where I came back to the CBB community, don't know what it means, I think it means Cartoon Beatbox Battles, where it was brought back up by a friend and it was revealed by Verbal Ace that it was actually finished and released somewhere. He told us it costed him roughly $50,000 and that it was too mature for him to post on his channel. Apparently he said he made it because the music video for the song was way too disgusting. Having the woman singing, making out with old people and even children. So he made his own version, and we knew back then was that it was a music video animation of a song he didn't make. It was Hazbin Hotel related and is somewhere on YouTube. Eventually someone found it in the YBB community. I'll explain what the YBB community is soon. I actually have a recording of me and a few friends watching it for the first time. I will post it when I get home. To say it effed us up hard would be an understatement. We mostly kept the video as a secret to our group chat, not wanting anyone to find out about it. It wasn't until long where someone would post it to a group chat where it begun spreading around the YBB community. Hydro was pissed since he's a close friend to Verbal Ace. Eventually more and more people found out about it, even Sacred Stuff for some reason. I remember your comment, lol, until it spread to the official server. This became a whole controversial event inside the server, people getting banned for joking about it, and a new rule where nobody was allowed to mention the video by any means. Verbal Ace in the midst of this didn't care at all. He thought the video was harmless and didn't understand the big reaction towards it. Eventually during this controversy, he privated the video on the Chase channel, but someone re-uploaded it a little bit after, and now I don't talk to Hydro Animates anymore. They're a bad person who manipulated, groomed, and didn't pay me at all for my work for them. So now I am free to post Hideaway to the world. If I never posted it, nobody would have known. Now talking about how this killed his channel. Hideaway was never uploaded on his channel. There was no Verbal Ace content for nearly 6 months. It didn't help that Black Panther vs. Deadpool wasn't a particularly exciting episode, so it's no surprise that it failed compared to his previous episodes. Check out the view counts between Pennywise vs. Patrick Star 20 million, the Black Panther vs. Deadpool 12 million. Every episode before this had at least 20 million. Now the finale almost took 6 months and it was only 6 minutes long. The solo sucked. The audio was weirdly low quality and there was little to no fanfare for the project. This bombed even more. Eventually Verbal Ace made a special episode 16 which nobody watched since it wasn't a competition episode, only having 3 million views. Season 2 came along with Shadow vs. Vegeta, which while had the infamous I Am Vegeta meme, it still has a considerably low amount of views. Dave vs. Skipper also took 6 months, and yeah, who the hell wanted that? Pretty sure it's still a pathetic 3 million. His last resort, a remaster of the second episode, Pikachu vs. Groot, was also a mega failure. Now he's making FNAF content because he's trying to find something, anything to get him back to relevance. Even Skippity Toilet, though it's not working. Now he's left his main channel for a new one where he'll post the rest of his regular content in, while leaving his Cartoon Beatbox Battles videos on the main channel to hopefully take some money from. This channel only has like 3,000 to 4,000 subscribers and is a huge flop. Again, there is more that I can talk about here. I am really tired and I need to sleep and log off Twitter for a while. I don't feel good with all this attention, but there is more, so much more, but I have no idea how to reveal any of it. This has all been so soon. There has been a poll saying make a video, make a document, make more threads, and a lot of people chose him to make a video about it. He hands off the thread by saying, I must admit the popularity this is receiving is definitely taking a big hit on me mentally. Sorry guys, if anyone is willing to help me to make the video, I give them the full story to work with. Would that be fine? Maybe helping me to get in contact with a YouTuber? You can kill the man, but not the idea, said Clemson, and then he makes a reply saying this one wins. He adds on to the controversy saying, fun fact, this was the original thumbnail of the original Hideaway from the original Chase channel. Bendy was a little devil thing. This was brought to life on the silver screen. Used to make them chuckle, now he makes them scream. It's Bendy and the Devil's Swing. And here are the screenshots of Verbal Ace confirming that there was a leak of the video saying that it's not kid friendly, and he said that he spent $47,000 on the video. Some more screenshots being made saying what's going on with the Hazbin Hotel thing. There's a screenshot, you talking about that. Hydro says, yep, I still remember it, lol, what's been going on with it? Dang, level up is hard. Then he makes a reply saying, yeah, that's been done. My most expensive project I've ever made. I could literally take a screenshot of the entire episode and it looks fantastic. The episode cost me a little over $50,000 to make. He continues saying, my first episode of season 2 is costing me $38,000. The reactions are pretty valid, and he says almost $40,000. Poseidon says, what if you got more patrons? Then he says, it's not the money, it's the work. I like old school animation, not the new Flash animation. Then he says, yes, Flash is mad. Verbal Ace says, the animation I like is more expensive, it takes more time. Each episode costs an average of $30,000. He makes another tweet with the biggest F you to the animator and Verbal Ace saying, F you high quality Chase Hideaway by Verbal Ace, work with this however you want. Makes another tweet just to make it clear to those who misread what I said. Verbal Ace is not a Hydro didn't animate Hideaway, and Verbal Ace did not Hydro. He makes a tweet saying this post is super duper weird. It's hiding messages clarifying the misconception that the animator Verbal Ace's Hideaway is a minor, which is obviously very wrong, but why? Seems very weird to hide replies, disproving minor allegations that are obviously incorrect. The tweet made by Cass saying a literal minor animator, shucks, I can't wait to see what I have to make that's worth $50,000. Verbal Ace waking up and asking for a commission of a 2-minute animation of Charlie Morningstar from Hazbin Hotel to absolutely goon him, and it's just a clip of one of the episodes of Cartoon Beatbox Battles with Batman beatboxing to Black Panther, rest in peace. And here are all the messages that were hidden, even though the allegations were disproven, and I do agree, it is pretty weird. On the pinned tweet it says, if anyone can help me get in contact with certain YouTubers to make Verbal Ace rabbit hole into a video, I'd love that. I don't think I'm capable of doing it on my own. Sorry guys, anyone who makes commentary / essay style videos, could it be possible that we can work together? I mean, there are some commentary YouTubers that do video essay style videos like The Right Opinion, Lonza, Sleep Live, Tom Dark, Power Cynical, Moist Critical. I mean, those are just some suggestions. If you're a YouTuber with a lot of subscribers, well, more than I have, and if you want to get into contact with the Star of Luck to make a rabbit hole video with him and to share his side of the story of this whole controversy, you have the option, or you have the opportunity. He's loved to be open about it. A Verbal Ace parody Twitter account says Verbal Ace Discord server is very welcome and supports LGBTQ. Source trust me. And here are the responses. I'm going to leave the server due to the situation related to Hazbin Hotel. And the anti-woke comments from Ace himself. And here are the responses. See ya. Okay, peace. Literally, who cares enough for you to announce it? Literally, no one gives an F because not me. Brock Sucker, which is a pretty funny name, says need an invite if they're still open. He says it's still on lockdown. He says, damn it, technically I'm still credited as a patron, but I don't even think they would let me in there, LMFAO. And finally, here are the Discord messages of Verbal Ace apparently being homophobic and transphobic to the LGBTQ plus community with his speech on Discord. Post this picture saying, get woke, go broke. Makes a reply saying, so yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, LOL, which unfortunately we can't see. It surely has. When I went to Disneyland in 2018, it was so cool to be there. I was showing Elsa and all the other characters my voice impressions. There was no preaching about gender and gay stuff. Nothing. It was literally a family-friendly place. Makes a reply saying, even if the lines weren't long, they ruined the magical kingdom. It's real. If I was a parent, I would never take my kids here. A lot of people are very upset with Disney. This is a person who said they identify as female. You can see why a lot of people have a problem with this. It's like keep your personal beliefs to yourself, but don't confuse the kids who just are trying to be normal. Even if the kid likes a lot of boy stuff, still let them be normal. This isn't a thong picture, but I don't want to post that on here. I'm not even joking. Batman. But yeah, don't expect everyone to agree with your personal choices. That goes with anything, religion, politics, sports teams, etc. And that was my point also, volume warning. And yeah, what he said is unfortunately the hard truth. Even if you preach about your personal beliefs or choices, not a lot of the people that you know or you have built a close bond with are going to appreciate or support your personal beliefs. That goes by to saying with how they feel and if they disagree or agree with that. It's a dumb material, but it's true. Don't force your views on people, especially kids. Everybody has the right to pick what they want to be. So if there's people out there that want to pretend to be girls, that's fine. But don't expect everyone to believe in what you believe in or even play along with what you decide to do. Because some people would just find that stuff really weird and they're entitled to it. Make sure to reply to a message saying this guy says it all and it's just a video of Andrew Tate. If someone was a crossdresser, they were a crossdresser. If someone was gay, they were gay. If someone was straight, they were straight. Nobody had to come out or say they identified as something. It's freaking stupid. It's the whole identity thing that needs to be gone entirely. When I grew up, nobody ever had to state that they identify as because it was blatantly obvious. As long as they don't try to force their views on me, we'll always be friends. I also have friends who are gay, trans, etc. I don't treat them any different. Like I said, role-playing is fine, but when you take that role-playing seriously and literally think you are a girl in real life and try to mentally portray yourself that way, you're only gonna end up hurting yourself in the long run because you're lying to yourself about who you are. There's a lot of parents out there who are respectfully want to keep all the stuff away from their kids because it's being enforced on kids when kids aren't even thinking about any of that stuff. They just want to be a regular kid and do regular things. But people are trying to confuse them by saying, hey, if you like this color, maybe you're actually a girl. It's not really looking good for Verbal Ace's image. On the last message, I do agree that kids are a bit too young to learn about the mature things about the LGBTQ community. That's unless if the child is interested into learning about the topic, because the kids are kids, okay? They're starting to function, trying to learn how to become a human. Like just for me, I didn't know how to walk, I didn't know how to talk, I didn't know that actions have consequences, and I didn't know that adults have problems of their own, have bigger problems more than kids do, all right? Paying the bills is much more important than getting a toy for Christmas. Well, that's the thing. When you bring up real facts and scientific proof to help prove your point, these people don't want to hear it because they would rather keep themselves in this mental state that they have to put themselves in. It's almost like when somebody is making a point in an argument, you talk over them because you don't want to hear the truth come out. I don't think a man should get into a fist fight with a woman just because he says he identifies as a girl and ends up killing her. That's effed up. The whole world is all jacked up. I don't think a man should go to a female public bathroom just because he says he identifies as a girl. I'm a feminist. I believe in equal rights, but in a way where it's respectful for both women and men. I don't believe men should be in female Olympics. In fact, I think it's disrespecting women in my opinion. That's because even though they say they identify as female, they're still 100% male, so their DNA and body structure are going to be different than a female. So if you have a bulked up male competing in women's Olympics just because he says he identifies as a female, how is that fair to biological women? I think it's best for you to keep that to yourself. But it's too late. Quote unquote say, I want to be a girl. So you want to have children as a girl? You know that's literally impossible for you, right? Other way around. And unfortunately, I can't read the rest of the message. This is a pretty long one, so I have to get close to my TV so I can see what it says. Yeah, you should scroll up and see what I said earlier. Everyone has the right to choose who they want to be, but you also need to accept who you are as far as gender goes. When you are born a baby, you're not angry or even know what you are. There was a video I saw on the internet saying that a baby is not born racist, prejudiced, gay, straight, etc. Whatever the baby learns about its environment through friends, family, etc. influences its mind. Even if the baby was born a girl but likes boy stuff, that's 100% fine. There's a lot of girls who like boy stuff but still accept themselves as a girl and gets married to a guy and has kids, etc. Vice versa, there's a guy who might like a girl stuff. Hell, one of my favorite movies growing up was The Little Mermaid, the original. But I still like girls and not going to let other people influence me on what I am just because I like something they might be intended for girls. Look at the Barbie Barbie movie now. That movie made over $1 billion. That's not a movie specifically for girls. There's a lot of straight guys who like the movie because it's just a good movie. But when you let other people influence you and tell you that, hey, because you like this, you identify as that. You're not being true to yourself no matter how you word it. Like, I don't like people pretending to be girls when they're not. It's a role-playing thing. It's still weird but understandable. I think if it was just joking around, that's fine. But when you try and pretend to be another person in real life, that's when there's a deep-rooted issue that needs to be resolved. You should never hate when you're being born as. You should never hate who you are. You cannot force your opinions on other people. Not everyone is going to agree with your personal choices, so it's best to keep the conversation neutral. If someone says something that you don't agree with, you can respectfully disagree and still keep everything positive. Exactly, but some people have to go through a lot of BS before they understand. I grew up differently. Keep in mind, this guy was born in 1984, so that means he is 40 years old. Also, this whole controversy happened on his birthday. And I understand that not everyone is going to think like me, and I accept that, but the way the world is, a lot of people judge you for having a different beliefs. And then when you have a different opinion or belief, they expect you to join a certain group of people so you can identify as that type of person instead of identifying as yourself. Literally. Quote, I'm a tomboy, so I guess that means I have to change my gender and everything. No, the F you don't. Just be happy with who you are. Don't change because other people are telling you to. Don't be influenced by other people. People who treat you a certain way cannot be said to your real friends. Real friends will be your friends no matter what your personality is, but if you feel like you have to change in order to attract certain people in your life, you're still going to end up lying to yourself and getting hurt. You should never have to change who you are mentally. Accepting you are as a person is where people get confused. Lamau and just Hydro, unless it was Hydro. I'm getting a spring body costume. I'm not taking the role seriously and go around and start killing people, lol. Now, if people feel like they want to be gay, straight, whatever, that's their own personal choice. But they should never try to pretend to be someone they are not, like identifying as a toaster or an alien from outer space, etc. Role-playing is fine, but actually take the role-playing seriously can make people question a person's sanity. Verbal Ace pinned a message to this channel. See all pinned messages. I can't see that because the servers are locked down, saying I changed it. I'm born African American. I'm proud to be who I am. If for a moment I feel and wish to be someone else or something else, I'm trying to escape my own personal life. It's a mental illness to wish to not be yourself. You don't get to choose who you get to be when you're born. That's just your fortune. And I say fortune because everybody is born unique. Everybody has a uniqueness that only they alone can have. Nobody else can be us. And when we try to be somebody else, we lose our self-value or self-worth and our self-respect. So I'll say it again. If you wish to be a girl, but you were born a boy, you should make peace with that. But if you try to lie and say you identify as something else, pretend to be something else, you're lying to yourself and those around you. If you accept who you are, but feel different, that's fine. But don't lie to yourself. All that's going to do is bring negativity into your life. And Jesus Christ, it legit felt like I was reading a whole book. Now, after reading all these Discord messages being confirmed by Verbal Ace on the official Discord server, I'm pretty dismissive with what Verbal Ace is saying, and the reason why I'm saying this, to elaborate even further, is that what I learned that even if I do preach and challenge their opinion of things that are pretty controversial when they have the different opinion of what's being said, they're not going to learn. And they're not going to change their opinion regardless of how you try to preach it, challenge their opinion, or you force them to change their opinion, whether it's through violence, insults, or literally doxing them on Twitter or online or any socials in that saying. For me, unfortunately, I can't relate because I'm a straight man, but I do agree that trans lives and homosexual, gay lives, LGBTQ lives matter. It's just that for me, I wouldn't go 2 hours on Twitter to argue with someone that they don't care about LGBTQ lives, because that's just their opinion, unfortunately. And what I learned is that they're not going to change, okay? And that's just the person of what they're going to be. Now, since I can't relate to that, of course, the LGBTQ plus community on Twitter are going to attack this guy and ratio this guy, mock this guy. We have the option to do that. Insult, dox, which is legit the consequence of what's going to happen if you have a different opinion. And that's just what I got to say of what I mean by being dismissive. Not in a bad way, but in a way where I'm saying that it's neutral with how I feel. I really don't have any other opinion. I have to accept the fact that no matter how many times you preach it, people aren't going to change. The Verbal Ace parody Twitter account makes a screenshot saying that the Verbal Ace Discord is in shambles, with the messages saying, nah, that's crazy, people are doing YouTube reactions, with the responses saying that's a moderator saying that they're pausing the invites, another one saying perfect, Verbal Ace saying, yeah, it's best to not talk about it right now, I'm going to keep going no matter what. The Start of Luck replied to this tweet saying, in my thread, I stated that I'd post an invite to the server somewhere around the thread. Gonna be honest, even if the invites weren't paused, I probably wouldn't have posted it just to stay safe undercover. Now, thanks to CM5G, he makes a tweet saying that Verbal Ace did respond to everything on his Discord thanks to you/garlic bread fan on Reddit for these, lol. He says, people don't care that I spent over $480,000 on cartoon beatbox battles. People don't care what I said was my own personal opinion and thought on certain subjects which I'm entitled to. But people hate you if you don't agree with their views. People are saying I hate people in the community when I have close friends in there, but that won't matter. Nothing I say matters. They just want to cancel, but I'm gonna keep going. I need to prove to everyone that we cannot be bullied just because people think/expect you to be how I think you should be. I will stand up for everyone. Everyone is quick to judge you and will ignore years of reputation in one moment. Someone made a reply saying, so take your own advice and grab life by the horns. He made a reply saying, I will. You guys know me and what I stand for. Never discrimination. I have my own personal views on things, but I can never hate people for being who they are. Just don't expect me to be like you because I'm me, lol. I'm going to put out more episodes for you guys and push through all this. Responding, I not advise. People won't let things go no matter what is said. Once people have an opinion made up in their minds, nothing matters. It'll just quote unquote boost the drama. YouTube team words, not mine. I actually seen it. There's no such thing as a response video and people let it go, LMAO. Yeah, but say what you gotta say about not making a response. I still think it's morally right to make a response to clear your name, or I should say, tell your side of the story and elaborate further of what you gotta say to save your reputation. Or, I mean, it's still a lose-lose, but I still think it's morally right to respond to the current controversy that you're in, even if the team says so. All right, I feel like you should go by your own personal opinion to respond to the controversy. And I also want to tell you guys something, that his recent upload is puppet beatbox battles, and he turned off the comments because the video is made for YouTube kids. Yeah, no one can comment on that video. People can comment on the other videos, just not on the recent one, because he's well aware about the controversy. Let's just say that that is probably the response video that Verbal Ace made. Now, one more controversy that I want to talk about before I end this. I'm already on 30 minutes of audio. This is about to take like, what, 6 hours to edit? There was leaks for the first and second episode of Hazbin Hotel. Keep in mind, the show hasn't even came out, and it comes out on January 19, and we're 4 days before the release date. Also, it's not going to be out on Netflix. It comes out on Amazon Prime Video, the same system, the same streaming service that you see for Invincible, you know, the show that got popular for the Think Mark meme. Mel Morozic, who is an animator and animation leader for Spindlehorse, saying, just a reminder for anyone who might not know, Hazbin Hotel is not officially released yet. Any clips you see at the moment are leaks. You don't need to like the show. You can have your opinion, but at least save your opinions until the show is properly released. We worked very hard on the show, and we deserve at least to have the show be viewed when it properly releases. Which I do agree. I do believe that it's pretty unfair for a show to already have their opinions being said, even though the show hasn't been fully released. And these people put a lot of hard work and effort to make the show come to life with a licensed streaming service, Amazon Prime Video, I should say. The same streaming service that showed Invincible for the Think Mark meme. You know, Think Mark, think, that became viral during the pandemic. And to put some salt in the wound, and she said that she enjoyed the song and it's pretty catchy with the Verbal Ace X Hazbin Hotel collaboration video. Alright, so remember when I said that this is going to be the last controversy before I end the video? Well, I lied. It turns out there's 2 more. Apparently, VizzyPop supports blackfacing. Since people are talking about VizzyPop, can we talk about how she supports blackface? This is a tweet being posted from 2016 saying, overdue doodles of 2 controversial ladies I really respect. Add Shoe on Head and Miss Blair White speak their minds, plus I wings on point. And here it is, Blair White, now naming herself Blair Black. Intersectional trans feminist, depressed, mentally ill, hashtag Black Lives Matter, non-binary dragonkin. This person says, VizzyPop, you drew fan art of people who post like this. Wow, I can't believe I actually looked up to you. And another controversy where this tweet got 59,000 likes, and it says this: show set in hell is full of gay people, gamblers, prostitutes, and mentally ill people. No dictators or fascists, no pedophiles. What did VizzyPop meant by this? She made a reply saying, damn, this blew up overnight. I don't have anything to promote really. I'd rather people support Palestinian relief funds instead. All of these controversies surrounding Hazbin Hotel is just going on rapid fire. Just one day, then the second day, there's another one. The third day, another one. Fourth day, another one. It's like there's a controversy for every day of the week. Like it's every day, bro. I mean, without the Jake Paul cringe. But then now it's like I feel bad for Vivzy Pop because like she wants to show this show. She wants to promote this show. The show that's been working on since 2018, I think, or 2019, I think. And the show hasn't came out yet. All right, like surrounding her team, surrounding the people that support it, surrounding the people that are part of it. But then, I mean, yeah, even though I dislike Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, Vivzy Pop has more controversies than the freaking Dream SMP themselves. Like, you remember that time back in 2021 where every Dream SMP member, like Fundy, Connor Eats Pants, Wilbur Sood, Tommy Innit, George Not Found, freaking Bad Boy Halo, I mean Dream himself, of course, KSI, Laserbeam, like the people that were part of the Dream SMP kept getting controversies left and right. I mean, that was just like a trend of the Dream SMP being part of controversies, and now we have a replacement for it, and that's the team working with Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. And ironically enough, this was supposed to be like a show that's to speak the voices of gay people, but then the gay people think that Hazbin Hotel is saying that gay people should belong in hell. A lot of twists and turns, a lot of back and forth, and just a bunch of flame, fire, and left and right. It's just going blitz, without no pun intended, because there's a character named Blitz, the demon. With all that being said and done, I think I already said enough with the controversies. I mean, don't be surprised if I'm gonna make another video about this. This really wasn't a speed run. This was just like one documentary per se. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Shout out to Iox that made videos about some of these controversies. I beated him with 2 new controversies that Vivzy Pop apparently supports blackface, and apparently Hazbin Hotel hates gay people. It's insane that this is happening. It's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down what you think about the video. This is Wolf Dog Gray, and I'll see you guys later. See ya.